Everyone, please, cut the crap. March 19, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. Am I the biggest genius since Leonardo? How is it that a week ago, I told everyone two things that are now being borne out by WHO? 1. Don't use ibuprofen or aspirin to bring down fevers associated with viral infection, as this actually helps heat-sensitive viruses replicate by reducing body temperature and can thin the blood to dangerous levels, leading to bruising, oral and nasal hemorrhage, and worse. 2. Use heat therapy to kill the virus in situ. This can include taking saunas, breathing steam from a pot of boiling water, hopefully with some appropriate essential oil, a couple drops of peppermint or eucalyptus, for example, remembering to close your eyes, of course, or using a handheld blow dryer with ample common sense to prevent burns to blow hot air up your nose and into your nasal cavities. All the SARS viruses including COVID-19 are actually very fragile and very sensitive to heat. The reason no vaccines have been developed is that these viruses naturally disappear with the onset of hot weather. No wonder China is already going back to work. Common sense. All they had to do was hold back shipments of blow dryers. Which they did. Of course, generally speaking, grandmothers with horse sense and practical life skills don't want to be in charge of other people's lives and hate politics, so you may have to go out and pound the streets to draft them, but look at the alternatives. $8 billion spent in general chaos over nothing? Trillions of dollars of business loss worldwide? Stock market tanked? Martial law, which we've been under for no good reason since 1863 anyway? Come on, cut the shinola. You think we haven't noticed the sudden, miraculous end of the epidemic in Wuhan? You think we are unaware of China's refusal to continue doing business with the Crown after the Crown, Kinetic and the Purbright Institute pulled this on China? I wouldn't give the Queen the sweat from my sauna wrap if I were China. Come to think of it, the Queen isn't on my nice list this week, either. Once again, the Brits at the bottom of the dog pile. Always. Forever. I don't blame China for pulling the plug and neither should you. What we should be doing is pulling the plug on the members of Congress, by all means necessary. And, figuratively speaking, of course, slapping Mr. Trump up the side of the head. It's his economic miracle that the rats are intent on killing. It's his re-election they are intent on stealing. We've already told them to send the bill to the Queen, DARPA, and Bill Gates, and to accept no backcharges. If they want to spend $8 billion cleaning up their own mess, let them pay for it. If they want to cause the stock market to tank over nothing, let them pay for it. If they want to cause chaos and fear and empty store shelves over BS, let them pay for it. Not on our nickel. Send Phil the bill. He's got $950 trillion worth of life force value annuities that belong to us and the Canucks. While we are at it, how is it that Rod Rosenstein's sister just happens to be in charge of the respiratory diseases section at the Centers for Disease Control? Can anyone follow a thread here? How about a trail of snotty tissue papers? Just in time to collapse the economic miracle Trump has been building for America, and all over a virus that you can kill at home for the cost of hot air? Heck, Congress produces enough hot air to cure the whole world. Without even trying. And once again, John Rappaport stands supreme as the last living senior American journalist worth his salt. He has been poo-pooing all this shinola from day one. Robert David Steele and I called it for what it is last week. Ron Paul, a medical doctor, called it a hoax. Give us a couple million to deploy the tech that already exists, and we will kill every SARS virus on the planet, without the use of hot air. Taking the Congress out into the street for a public shaming sounds like a good idea, especially now that there is no municipal government for them to hide behind. That's the way we used to do things in America. Maybe we need to take a clue from our Puritan ancestors and do it again. Just march them down the middle of Wall Street in a group, and pelt them with rotten tomatoes, shout boo. Boo, at the top of our lungs, and moon the next press conference.